Hey, what's up everybody? How you guys doing today? And welcome to WWE Jackson Parker, where I wanted to show you guys my video game collection. I've made a video about this before, but my other videos were really horrible. It was dark in the room and it was blurry and bad, but I made it more professional this time. I wanted to show you all my video games I've collected over the past like 20 years. And wrestling games have come a long way over the years, starting with you had the PlayStation SmackDown video games, 2 WWF No Mercy, and then it just continued with an entire SmackDown collection, which then became SmackDown vs. Raw, and what a great series it was, up until the next series of wrestling games, where it then became WWE 12 and 13 with Randy Orton on the front and CM Punk on WWE 13. And after that began the 2K series, 2K 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and finally 19 with AJ Styles on the front cover. Yes, finally, WWE 2K19, the newest wrestling game, featured AJ Styles on the cover. You know, there was a time where I thought that the WWE video games were never going to get a 2K endorsement, but finally they did, and it's going to keep going on and on and on. Next year's 2K20, so the WWE's doing a pretty good job. But now, I'm going to show you the entire collection I have right now of all my wrestling games. And I'm not going to include the WCW games I played back in the day, although there was pretty good games like NWO versus WCW or Revenge or something like that. Forgot the name of it. I'm going to show you my whole collection right now of all my wrestling games and give me your thoughts and opinions. And right here I have the entire collection. WWF No Mercy in the back. The SmackDown games. All the SmackDown games you see. Here Comes the Pain is everyone's favorite. Everyone liked Here Comes the Pain. SmackDown, the very first SmackDown vs. Raw. SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. It was John Cena, and actually John Cena and Batista on the cover. They were the big stars then. 07, which I wasn't a fan of 07. You had 08, you had 09, 2010, 2011, 12, and so on with the wrestling collection. So, here's a question. What is the very best wrestling game ever made? A lot of WWE fans debate on what was the best wrestling game of all time, and a lot of people go towards Here Comes the Pain and WWF No Mercy. Now, over the years, over the past 20 or so years, people have debated that WWF No Mercy is the greatest wrestling game of all time. Now, when I was a kid, this was my favorite game. I played the hell out of it on 64. The roster, it was such the Attitude Era. I mean, this game here was like way ahead of its time, despite the graphics anyways. I'll tell you a funny story. I actually got this game on my 12th birthday. On my 12th birthday. I think it was my 11th birthday. Yeah, it was my 11th birthday, because I remember I was in my garage watching Raw. I was born December 13th, by the way. And I got this on my birthday, and I waited all day for my dad to come home and bring this game to me. Because I remember I used to, when Network Video and Blockbuster was around, I used to rent this game all the time and play it so much. When I rented it, I fell in love with it right away. Now, I was intrigued by this game as a kid because I get into SmackDown arena, the Armageddon arena, WrestleMania 2000 arena, having weapons that stay in the ring. They really took a giant step up from WrestleMania 2000. I even remember getting a Game Shark and putting in codes made for new arenas, new weapons, etc. The only thing this game lacked, in my opinion, had to be probably the entrances, not having long entrances, but that's about it. You know, you could get a Game Shark and do other things with it. They had like another version of this game, like a mod version with longer entrances, but that's how that's what I liked about wrestling games, was using my imagination. I haven't watched wrestle computers still, but this place holds a spot in my heart, because as a kid, this is like my dream game here, and I think this game is better than most wrestling games as far as the roster, as far as like, you know, the gameplay, them not trying too hard. I think the roster of it and the Attitude Era nostalgia is what really gets people with WWF No Mercy. It's a great game, probably better than most of these games, maybe better than 2K19 in a way. Because face it, the roster these days, very limited, not much talent, unlike the Attitude Era. But also, for some reason, people have always said that Here Comes the Pain is the best wrestling game ever made. Now, as a kid, this game wasn't my favorite game, in my opinion. It was a good game. My little brother, he played this game a lot when we were younger. He'd play as Kevin Nash and stuff. But now, Here Comes the Pain, I didn't play it as much, believe it or not. But it is said to be one of the best wrestling games ever made. Now, I never rented this game. I bought it at a very late time. I might go back and replay it. The problem is it's on PlayStation 2. And I don't own a PlayStation or a PlayStation 2, so I can't play it right now. I'm going to go back and replay it and see if I like it. But you know what, the year 2003 in wrestling was a really good year in wrestling. You had Stone Cold, Steve Austin, Eric Bischoff running Raw, Stephanie McMahon running SmackDown. Things hadn't changed that much. But you have you know, a great roster full of people and talent. That was when Brock Lesnar was on became the cover of a lot of these games. He was the next big thing. He was the guy people knew about. The first year of his career, he became the King of the Ring. He became the WWE Champion. He won the Royal Rumble and main event at WrestleMania. So he was a big star. A big star with no personality. But 2003 was a great year in wrestling. So people look at some people say 2003 was the greatest year in wrestling. Some people. I have a debate on that. But Here Comes the Pain is said to be one of the best wrestling games ever made. I'll go back and replay it. I really don't know. But I have to say that WWF No Mercy, in my opinion, was the best wrestling game ever made because of the roster and nostalgia of the Attitude Era. And that the games nowadays are full of jobbers and not much talent. Talent's the biggest problem with wrestling. But No Mercy to me is the greatest wrestling game of all time. And I don't think it's ever going to be beaten. But thank you guys for watching. Have a nice day. Subscribe if you want to. That was my whole wrestling game collection. And see you guys soon.